to the channel, and welcome to another little motovlog. Well, we're going to do things a little different here. Again, like I mentioned last week, I'm trying to mix things up and do some new things, so we're going to try something new this week. Before we get too far along, let me remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always on my channel, if you don't feel like typing words, just leave me an emoji. Let me know you were here. I would greatly appreciate that. What got me thinking about this is actually my trip out to Tazewell, and I'm going to try to be quick here with the vlog portion because, like I said, we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to cut away, and I'm going to do some screen share with my editing software and kind of a little tutorial. So group rides, I'm not a big fan of it. I do it. A lot of times I like to hang toward the back. If it's a poker run, I'll usually wait for everyone to roll out, and then I'm one of the last ones to roll out. Just like to do things on my own. You know, VAM, went out for a minivan last year. We did some group rides. It was great. But again, now that just brings another level of group riding because now you're riding with complete strangers. So you really have to be careful what you're doing. But the thing I want to talk about this week is like getting places. I was going to say, how many of you have ever done this? And I was going to wait for everybody to raise their hand, but I can't see you raise your hand. So just how many times you've been on a group ride and it's a large group and you're going from point A to point B and you take off in this group. It's not very organized, it's not very formal, but somewhere along the way the group gets split up, either at a traffic light, traffic, whatever it may be. And if it's an unfamiliar area, we now may have a problem because we've lost the front of the group. And we need to know how to get to where we're going. So a lot of times, you know, we'll ask, well, what's the end point? We all have some sort of GPS, and we try to make it there, but it could lead for some unnecessary anxiety and things like that. Or you've gone on a poker run, and you get to the poker run, and they hand you a piece of paper with directions. Where am I going to put that? So it's 2022. We're smarter than this. So what I'm going to show you is a way to share navigation routes, and the best part of it, it's free. Depending on your bike, you know, some of the newer, nicer Harley Davidson CVOs, they have the wonderful stereo system with GPS, and you can build routes on your phone and upload them to your bike and share them with your other CVO buddies, and that's great if you ride with Hog all the time. But I'm talking about when you get out, like something we're getting ready to do here in VAM, and we're riding with people with all different types of bikes. Metric bikes, Harleys, Indians, Spiders, all kinds of stuff. They all don't talk. But the one thing I can almost guarantee we all have in common is we have one of these things. We all have a smartphone. And if they're a content creator, the odds are they have a Gmail account as well. So what we're going to talk about is Google. Now, I'm not going to take 100% credit for this. It's something that I've done before. Whenever I do something like this, I'll always research YouTube, just do a search, see if there's other people that have done similar topics. And there are. So I'm not taking credit as the founder of this. Other people have made videos in this. Bike and Bird, if you follow him, big channel, he's got a great video where he goes into great detail using Google Sheets. So we're going to cut over to that. We're going to do a little screen share. I'm going to show you guys this in Google. It's pretty easy, and we'll talk again after that.
All right, y'all, so let's knock this out real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Google, and we're going to use three things. We're going to use Google Maps, we're going to use Gmail, and we're going to use our Google Drive, and more specifically, Google Sheets. If you're not familiar with Google Sheets, Google it. It's basically Excel in Google. We're just going to create a little spreadsheet so we can send out to the riders. There's easier ways to do it. If you don't want to mess with the spreadsheet, you could just put the links to the route, which I'll explain in a minute, in an email body and send it to them, and then they can access it from their smartphone. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So I've got Google up here. Let me bring it over here in the window. And I'm looking over here at my other screen. If I look away from the camera, I have two monitors here, and I want to do it in a bigger monitor. So we have Google up here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to Google Maps. Now, once we're in Google Maps, zoom it out here to our area. This is where I'm at, over here in Chesapeake. And you're over here in Virginia Beach. So you've come into town. We're going to take a little ride. And we're going to leave Southside Harley Davidson. We're going to come down here to Knott's Island, catch the ferry across here to Kuryakyn, and then back up here to Virginia Beach. So it's one of my favorite rides, so we're going to get to it. So our starting point is going to be Southside Harley Davidson. So up here in the search block, we're going to put in Southside And there we go, Southside Harley Davidson. So it's right here on Witch Duck Road. From Southside Harley Davidson, we're going to go down to Monk's Place. So we're going to go ahead and hit directions here. Google is going to set Southside Harley Davidson as our destination. We don't want it as our destination. That's our starting point. So we're just going to click the little reverse starting point arrows, and boom, put Southside as our starting point. Our destination is going to be Monk's Place. If you have an address, type an address in. You can use your map to search. For me, I'm just going to type in Monk's, and there it is. So there's Monk's Place, and there's my route. So you see Google's giving me a couple options. Then it highlights the most direct, quickest, whatever option based on your settings down to Monk's Place. For right now, I'm going to leave it with this default setting. I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to change your route and how to make that stay in the link when you send it to someone. It's a very important part here. It's a little more detail to the process because, like I said, Google's going to try to do it the best way. It's going to try to outthink you. So I'm cool with this route. It takes us a nice little scenic route down here through some swamp area and stuff along the intercoastal waterway. So I'm good with that. I want to go ahead and make that my first link. So before we do that, let's go ahead and switch over to the spreadsheet. So I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to go to my apps, and I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I use Google Drive a lot. I use it for the channel and a lot of other things. So here we go. I have two templates here. One I've already done. I'm going to go ahead and open the blank one, which is my root template, double click it, and it looks very similar to Microsoft Excel if you're familiar with that. So I've put together just a down and dirty spreadsheet. Leg, we'll put a number in here, kickstand up, where we're going to, where we're leaving from, the address, where we're going to, the address, the link, and some notes. Pretty generic, pretty simple. You can do it however you want. So leg one, like I said, is going to be from Southside Harley Davidson. And let's say, because we're going to go to Monk's for lunch, let's say 11 a.m. it will be our kickstand up. All right, so the address for Southside Harley Davidson, we go back over here to our map. I just click up here and copy the address and paste it in here. Why do I have the address? Maybe they don't want to use my route. Maybe they want to use their cool Harley Davidson CVO, souped up Wildcat GPS. They've got the address. You can plug it in yourself. We're going to Monk's. And go back over here to our map, click on here, copy the address, and drop it in my spreadsheet. Now the link, pretty simple to do. I go back to my map, I click menu, and then I go share or embed map. Another window pops up, and I click copy link. It's copied automatically to my clipboard. You don't have to copy, paste, control, C. It copies it to your clipboard. And you go over here and you paste it in the link box. And there we go. Leg one is done. So let's do leg two. We go back over to our maps. Now, we want to start at Monk's Place. So we're going to reverse it. We're going to clear out Southside Harley Davidson. And where are we going to next? We're going down here to the ferry. So let's put in here Knott's Island. I've been searching this for a little while. Just pretty much type it in. It knows what I'm looking for because I've been playing with this. Knott's Island Ferry. And it gives me the route. Again, pretty direct. There's only one road down there. There's some nice, beautiful marshland. So I'm good with that. I'm ready to do it up. So I go back to my spreadsheet, and we're just going to copy these two lines right here, and we're going to put them right there. Boom. Monk's Place. And what it say it was going to take us 37 minutes or so. Let's say 12:30. We'll leave Monk's Place to head down to the ferry. And also, it depends on the ferry schedule, but we won't get in that great detail. And that's leg two. And then we're going to the ferry. Go back over here, click on the block to get the address, and place it in our sheet. So now we're ready for the link. So we go back over to our map, menu, share, copy link. And we put that in our Google Sheets. Leg two down. So the final leg, when we get to the other side of the ferry, I have no idea what time. It's like a 45-minute ferry ride plus the little 20-minute down there. Let's just go ahead and say, 1:45. And we're departing from, it's a different ferry, but we're still going to call it ferry. And let's go over here and let's actually search for that. So let's clear these out. And I believe it's called the Kuryakyn Ferry. Right there, Kuryakyn Ferry Terminal. And there it is right there. And we're going to go back to Southside Harley Davidson. So I can type in my new destination. It gives me the most direct route. Again, this is where I told you, let's change things up a little bit. I don't want to take the 4-lane all the way because Highway 168 is a 4-lane all the way up. So maybe I want to go over here and explore some of this nice, you know, backwoods area, low-lying, swampy stuff. So there's 2 ways you can do it. And actually there's one way, the most effective way. You can drag your route over here. But if you see what's going on, it's moving all kinds of stuff around. And here's the problem. When I share this and you open it up, Google's going to try to outsmart me and say, nah, let's give you the most direct route. And it's going to default you back to, let's go backspace here, back to this route. That's not the route we're taking. So to keep Google from doing that, we zoom in and we find a point of interest, or just find the road you want. So we're going to go over here, Blackwater Road, and I'm just going to click on the road. You see it dropped a pin. You left click, add destination, and you can see it put in a new destination in there. Well, I don't want that to be my destination. I just want it in the middle there. So what you're going to do is over here on the left, you can drag these to reorder them. So now I've got a route. That's where you might want to use your notes block. You know, they're going to see there's a second stop on this route. Maybe put something in your notes to the effect, you know, second stop is just for routing purposes. We're not stopping. Something along those lines. But that way, when you send the link, this is the route they will get. So we're good to go there. So from our ferry, copy the address to Southside HD. You copy the address from up here. And let's go grab our link. Menu, share, copy link. Back into our spreadsheet. Boom. Done. The spreadsheet is done. If you look up here, saved to drive. There is no file save. It automatically saves to your Google Drive. It's ready to share. So I can hit the share button. I know they have a Gmail account, and I can go ahead and type them in right there, and boom, it will share this sheet to them to their Google Drive. It will not compromise the integrity or the security of my Google Drive. They can just see that one sheet. Or I can copy a link down here. So you can copy a link, go back up here to just open a new tab, go to your Gmail, start a new email. I'm just going to send it to myself so you guys can see it. Call it ferry ride, and paste the link right in there. That's the link to the spreadsheet, and send. So now I've got the email from myself. I can open it up. Let's go ahead and close these tabs out. You don't have to close tabs, just want to show you the new tab. You click this, and boom, there's my spreadsheet. I can click on each link, and it will take me to that map that we created. If they open it on their phone, it's right on their phone, and they can go. Next leg, right there. And then the final leg, this is the one we manipulated. There it is. So we're all set. There's our route. Okay, so now we got a phone here in my hand, and we're going to go ahead and open the phone, and I'm going to go into my Gmail. Now, I have the Gmail app on my phone. This is the web-based. The reason I'm using the web-based is I'm in incognito mode, because when I open a map, it puts a great big blue dot right on top of my house, and I really don't want to share that with you guys. So we're looking at it in a web mode, which is fine. So here's the email right here, ferry ride. We'll click on that, and there's the link to the Google Sheet. It opens up the Google Sheet. Now, you will need to have Google Sheets on your phone if you're using the app, but if you're just going from the web, it'll open just like this. And there's the 3 links. So just like on your computer, you click the link and it takes you to it. So there's our leg right there. You can zoom in here so you can see it. That's our route. And there's your navigate button. You hit it and you go. Let's go back and look at this third one that we put the dog leg in there, see if it came over. Yep, it's right there. So there's our little dog leg route right there as well. So if somewhere along the way they get lost, they can bring this up, hit navigate, it'll put them right back on track. So that's that.
So that gives you an option there. Like I said, you're going on a group ride. You want to just in advance share the route with people, maybe just for their planning purposes, or for the case where just in case people get separated. Or if you're the kind of person, maybe you ride with an MC, an RC, an SC, an MM, whatever they are, and y'all are planning maybe a poker run coming up, take it to the next level. Instead of handing out a sheet of paper to everybody, give them the option to, you know, pick up this link. And if you really wanted to get cool, make it a QR code. So when they walk up to the table to register at their poker event, they can scan it, boom, they have the document, and now they can click each hyperlink and go to the next stop. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I know I am. By this time I should be in VAM, so we should be doing some Instagram stuff. We should be doing a lot of recording out there. It's going to be a big time. It's not too late. If you're close by on the East Coast, get on your bike, head on out. I'm sure we will be glad to welcome you to the group. So until we talk again, you guys be careful. You guys be safe. Always keep your shiny side up, and we'll talk to you next time.